Hey, good evening. I'm really happy to have you here. My name is Daniel. I was a professional opera singer and beatboxer, and tonight we are going to be listening to Calum Scott perform You Are the Reason. So, this is a really interesting video for multiple reasons. Number one, this is a new artist that I'm introducing to the channel. I don't know how long I'm going to continue with him or if this is the only video, but this was a recommendation over by John Helwick over on my Patreon. I really do appreciate you reaching out to request this. I've never heard this vocalist before. I'm assuming he's just a vocalist, but if he's other things, let me know. This is also an interesting video because I'm trying a new recording method with different equipment, a different microphone, a different camera, and I have no idea how this is going to turn out. I really hope it's going to turn out really well, but we'll see. Because when it comes to reaction content, it's just that. It's a reaction. It's an initial reaction. There's a lot of songs that I really wanted to do over the years that I just haven't been able to do because I've already heard them before. And it's not fair to you guys to be kind of gypped out of my authentic reaction to something if I already know what to expect from it. So I want to really hope that I set everything up well and that this is going to turn out well. So here's to exploring and experimenting, guys, on this video that's apparently insanely popular. I could have picked any other video for this, but this is the video I chose with, so we're gonna stick to it. But with that said, let's just jump into it.
There goes my heart beating, 'cause you are the reason I'm losing my sleep. Please come back now. And there goes my mind racing, and you are the reason that I'm still breathing. I'm hopeless now. I'd climb every mountain and swim every ocean just to be with you and fix what I've broken. Oh, 'cause I need you to see that you are the reason. There goes my hand shaking, and you are the reason. My heart keeps bleeding, and I need you now. And if I could turn back the clock, I'd make sure the light defeated the dark. I'd spend every hour of every day keeping you safe. And I'd climb every mountain and swim every ocean just to be with you and fix what I've broken. Oh, 'cause I need you to see that you are the reason. I don't wanna fight no more. I don't wanna cry no more. Come back, I need you. The reason. Closer, just a little closer. Come a little closer. I need you to hold me tonight. I'd climb every mountain and swim every ocean just to be with you and fix what I've broken. 'Cause I need you to see that you are the reason.
Ugh. So, before any of you start like saying, this dude was getting misty-eyed and started to cry from how beautiful his voice was, there's multiple elements to this piece that really got to me. First off, I want to say, just in terms of his voice alone, it's really, really well controlled. He has this lovely mix, a beautiful timbre, and the entire piece is just this constant flow. Nothing felt jagged. It was just a smooth ride all the way through. And it was just lovely. And you can just kind of sink into his atmosphere. And it's just, this atmosphere he builds is just so peaceful. But it's also cold. When you close your eyes and you just kind of exist in that space, it's like being in space almost. Not in the literal sense where you would literally freeze, but more of in a comfortable figurative sense where the air around you is very brisk and you're just kind of flowing with that vibe and existing in that video. It's just lovely. The other things that really got to me were, and this is the part where I really thought I didn't know how I was gonna handle it. The family scene with the grandmother or the mother of the parents dying. That's a really nuanced subject, and that really affected me in more ways than one, and I'm not going to go too far into that because it's not about the music or the rest of the video as a whole. Moving on from it. The background instruments as well, just like in terms of the cello, how it was just being bowed, and you feel this incredible longing with that. It's so dazzling, dude. And it's just so magical. It really, really was. And the entire piece just flowed. It really built that atmosphere so beautifully. For those that don't know, the music that I've really been listening to the most recently has been atmospheric music. A lot of synthwave and a lot of, if you guys watch my channel for beatboxing, Piotr Sorancha, I know I'm butchering his name still, but I'm trying my best. He's a beatboxer that is extremely good at building atmosphere, and I've just been looping his music a lot, and I've been listening to a lot of Daft Punk as well. Just atmospheric music that just lets me kind of flow and experience the music for what it is, where I can close my eyes, visualize myself in a place that the music itself embraces and just kind of allows me to wander on my own. I love it. I love it. So when I listen to this kind of music where the vocals are really good, Calum has this lovely control. There were a couple of moments in his vibrato where I felt like he wanted to incorporate vibrato, but didn't. And I'll point them out in the analysis, but outside of that really small critique, it's just, he's just constantly flowing. And that is so hard to do in music, because if you're performing something, you want to make sure that that performance is consistent, but the longer the performance goes on, the more difficult it is to maintain that consistency. Yes, it's a song, it's less than 5 minutes, it's really easy to keep that consistency, especially if you're a trained artist who spends their entire lives like maintaining consistency. But when you have something this delicate, to be able to balance on this high wire this long with the fluctuations of the music and how it grows and how it breathes, that's really technical stuff. That's really hard to do for your average Joe musician. So that was just lovely. And yeah, let's just jump into the analysis for that.
There goes my heart beating, 'cause you are the reason.
Just in the beginning, we get this piano, a literal piano, but also the dynamic piano, this softness, this delicacy. And then he just comes in on that exact same dynamic. You are the reason. And it's so beautiful. And then he ends it on this taper. So, and it's just taken back. And he's so careful with it. Ah, it's lovely.
I'm losing my sleep.
Ah,
Please come back now. And there goes my mind racing, and you are the reason that I'm still breathing. I'm hopeless now. I'd climb every mountain.
yeah. In this entire beginning, he's just so tender with it. You are the reason. And he's so soft. He's still foundationally grounded. You still hear his actual voice. He's not whispering by any means, and he's not in his falsetto or his head voice. He's still vocalizing. But here in his belt, it's so much more grand because the dynamic has more space, more room to grow, and he really leans into that mix, and it's so lovely, dude.
And swim every ocean.
Woo!
Just to be with you and fix what I've broken. Or 'cause I need.
His ability to go from his actual foundational strong voice back into this tender. It's all within the same word. Like, listen to this again.
Or 'cause I need you to see.
Ah, yeah. I'm sorry I'm pausing so much. The fact that he starts on a note and immediately goes into the next note without a glissando or a slide up there. Just that. Yeah. Just lovely, dude.
You are the reason.
And no, I'm so sorry. Notice how it's not reason like we would say in English. It's reason. And this is another key point about what I try to always emphasize when it comes to foreigners singing in a different language. A comment I usually get is, oh, well, English is like their third language. It's their second language. You know, you have to give them some credit for being able to sing in the language at all. And I do. But the thing is that if we're trying to be critical of each other and we're trying to make each other better artists by holding each other accountable to the highest levels, the highest standards, then we need to be able to critique these things. And I'm sure Calum is a native English speaker, and this point isn't directly applied to him, but he does bring up a good point in the term reason. When we say, what's the reason, it's in, not un. And that's a really key point to remember, is that singing in a language and speaking in a language are two different things. If I were to approach someone and say, what is the reason for this? It's going to sound very bizarre. But if I say, what is the reason for this? Where even though it's still done in kind of a histrionic way, it sounds a little bit more natural because I'm using the same dialect. What is the reason? Instead of, what is the reason? Like, it's a lot more open, where I'm creating a lot more space, a lot more room to project. And that's a really key point of this, too. So in terms of this particular style of music, he just does this lovely job maintaining this flow, ensuring that the vowels themselves, even on the delicate moments, are still open, still being projected well. Ah, I love it.
There goes my hand shaking, and you are the reason. My heart keeps bleeding, and I need you now. If I could turn back the clock, I'd make sure the light defeated the dark. I'd spend every hour I need you to see that you are the reason. I don't wanna cry no more. Come back.
So something he did there, something he did there on that open, where he kept the vowel very open on that, but notice how during that run he ever so slightly modified the vowel so that during the run it didn't become stagnant, even though it would be very hard pressed to call it stagnant even if he kept the same vowel, mainly because the line itself is still moving, it's still flowing, there's still several notes in it, and he's still expressing dynamic contrast as well. But with the vowel shape as well, it adds that extra dimension, that extra layer. Fuck, dude. And it's just lovely. And that's really nice attention to detail. So great job, brother.
You are the reason. Just a little closer. Come a little closer. I need you to hold me tonight.
I love the breath. Like seeing the actual breath in the cold, it really sets you in that scene too. It's lovely.
I'd climb every mountain and swim every ocean
So beautiful, man.
just to be with you and fix what I've broken. 'Cause I need you to see that you are the reason.
And that break in his voice. You. Oh my god.
That you are the reason.
Yeah, and that ending note right there is one of two places. I was completely lost in the music in the first part, so I didn't point it out. But here's another place where that vibrato wants to come out a little bit. You are the reason. And just letting that vibrato come through, being very tender and gentle through that. But here, it sounds like it wants to be there, but he keeps it straight tone. But the breath is asking for him to allow it to come forth. But he's still trying to be very tender and gentle with it by maintaining that straight tone. So it just kind of feels like a clash in an otherwise very smooth piece. But it's still just lovely. So let's listen to that last part again.
Need you to see that you are the reason.
Yeah, it's just lovely. You know, he just did such an exceptional job with this piece, and it's just beautiful, dude. This is what I want to be listening to. You know, I see why it's so popular, because it's just so lovely. It's by a real person with real instruments, just really creating that sense of breath, that breath of life in music. A lot of music nowadays is done just by, here's the golden formula. You do this, this, and this, and you just perform that, and it's going to be a hit. And even though the song is popular already, it's the way it's delivered. It's how you experience the music. It's how you engage with the music as an audience member. And it's so, so incredible to be able to just close your eyes and exist with music. Oh my gosh, it's music just has that particular trait about it that, just in my own view, is just incomparable to any other art, where the artist can be the one expressing the art through their medium, but music is like, it's just something else, you know? It's something else. Yeah. Like, I'm sure if I actually reflected on it for the next couple of minutes and actually put words to the ineffable, then I'm sure I could find a more poetic way of phrasing it. But there are also times where sometimes things don't really need to be explained. me just observing something in all of its absolute beauty and engaging with something in its beauty without understanding every single detail or technical feat that is about it, and just existing with it and appreciating it for what it is. It's like being in nature. You guys ever been on a hike in the middle of absolute nowhere and you're just surrounded by trees and river and mountains and rock and the woods, and it's just so dazzling? And just me walking up to a tree and putting my hand on it, I was able to feel the textures of the tree and just really realize how beautiful that is. That tree is the only tree that exists in that space. It is the only tree that exists as it is in that space, and it is magnificent. There's so much happening within the tree. There's so much happening outside of the tree, yet it is always in that fixed position. And it might sway with the wind. The leaves might fall. The leaves will regrow. And it's just so beautiful. And that's just one tree. That's one leaf on the tree. It's one element of the bark. It's just, and you're just completely surrounded by all of that. Nature is just so overwhelming in that way. So when you fully immerse yourself in that wilderness, it can be overwhelming, but it's also the most beautiful sense of peace of mind, because you don't need to wrap your head around every little thing that's happening, but to exist in harmony with it. Oh, there's no other feeling like it. And you can absolutely apply that mentality to music as well, where when you're just going back into it, yes, it's really wonderful to be able to understand all of the little details that make something beautiful and amazing and spectacular, and why it absolutely hits you in a certain way. But also, you can do that on another time of reflection, when you're first experiencing it, and just existing with it and loving it and letting it completely inundate you with its feel, its sound, its atmosphere, its aura. Oh my God. It's incomparable to any other thing I've ever experienced. Like, I'm someone who loves food and coffee, and I love being a barista. I love being able to work with coffee all the time. I love being able to go to various restaurants around the world and trying different foods, and it's just a completely unique and rich experience, and I love all those things. But there was a reason you are the reason, music. There's a reason why I love music so much, and it just hits me unlike anything else. How beautiful. Thank you, Calum, for reminding me of that. And thank you, John, for recommending the video. Thank y'all so much for watching this video. If y'all liked it, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. And if you didn't like it, please leave a dislike and let me know why in the comments. I do read all of the comments, even if I may not heart a reply to them, so please know your comments do not go unnoticed. If you guys want to see this video and a bunch of other videos early, there's a link to my Patreon below. Feel free to check that out. I'm working on a lot of really cool content, not just music content, but content with a buddy of mine, my own vlogging stuff. It's taking me a long time to actually edit through all of that stuff, because I'm focusing on just getting these videos out, and I'm not even getting the videos that I want to get out because there's just so much happening. But I digress. I appreciate all of you guys for being here. I hope this video turns out well, and I want to thank you so much. Truly. Have a wonderful rest of your evening, everyone.